Wildcats, welcome to the 6th episode of Wildcat TV on Comcast 15. I'm Keelan Johnson.
And I'm Trey Dale. Bingo!
What are you talking about?
I just got a bingo from Community Unity last week. Ava has more.
Blue Springs High School had a successful Community Unity Week with donations from staff and students, a fun spirit week, and to conclude, a football game with a student section full of school spirit. BSHS donated a total of 4,054 items. These will go to our Community Services League and help families in our community throughout the holidays. During Community Unity Week, we compete with South to see who can donate the most items. Let's hear from JAG TV to see how they did.
Thanks, Wildcats. It's been a busy week here on the South Side. Canned good items were collected from each room by Senate members, and it took several trucks and cars to get items to the Community Services League in downtown Blue Springs. According to Senate, more than 5,000 items were donated and collected. A huge thank you to our JAGs and Wildcats alike for coming together and giving back to our community. From JAG TV, I'm Lizzie Ralston. Back to you.
Thanks, JAGs, and thanks, Wildcats, for a great week. To hear about how the football game went, stay tuned for sports later in the episode. Signing off for Wildcat TV, I'm Ava McClure. Back to Keelan and Trey in the studio. I guess nobody's in the studio. Just back to Keelan and Trey.
Ava, we're right here.
Keelan, that's not what we meant by fall play. Tyler, tell us more.
Hear ye, hear ye. The fall play was this weekend and it went royally. Let's go backstage for more.
My favorite part about the play was definitely the first show circle we had before opening night. It was really emotional, especially with all of the seniors, it being like our last play that we're ever going to be in here. I think that was a really cool experience, just getting to talk to everyone and get everyone like motivated and ready to go for like a long weekend of shows.
Yeah, so we had a long time to prepare, right? Like 2 months of rehearsals or something, and I think it showed. But like we got better performance by performance generally. So like the Wednesday one was just like good, but like Saturday night, that was really good. So I played that evil Prince John, and that's when everyone says boo hiss, boo hiss. I think I did really good. I'm really proud. I got a lot of positive feedback on my performance, and I really went over the top. Like for one scene, I just didn't have my shoes on, and I was like waving around with my feet, like gesturing with them and stuff. So I think that's like A+ right there. Oh, that's hard. I got closer with a lot of people, and we do these things in theater called the show circle, which is like before we perform. And just like the show circle on Thursday and the one like Saturday night were just so sad but like heartwarming. Like it really is like a family, even more so than like Shrek was last year, I feel like.
Huzzah, huzzah. Back to you in the studio.
Hey, Keelan, give me your lunch money.
Hey, stop. October's anti-bullying month.
What's that?
Our school is working with the Alveus Anti-Bullying Program. One of their goals is to reduce and stop bullying. One way to do so is to follow these 4 simple steps.
Step 1 is to say something. If you witness someone getting bullied, you should help the victim out by standing up to the bully and telling them what they're doing is wrong. Step 2 is to report it. Note that all reports are censored. You should go to the nearest trusted adult. Step 3. The trusted adult will then investigate to find out what actually happened. Step 4. Respond accordingly. The trusted adult will then do what they think is necessary. Our Wildcat staffs want us to be in the G and F category of this circle by being defenders and possible defenders. You can do this by standing up to the bully and or reporting it. If you do see bullying, don't ever ignore it. You should always tell a trusted adult. Our board's policy can range from 10 to 180 days of OSS. If you have any questions about this website, please go here. Remember to be nice, Wildcats. I'm Avery Gamble, back to the anchors.
Hey, Keelan, do you know about any holidays?
Actually, I do. It's called White Cane Day. Faye has more. Faye?
Hey Wildcats, did you know October 15th is National White Cane Day? Some of our students have more information. Tell us a little bit about White Cane Day.
Well, from what I understand about it and what I've learned is that it's a representation for people who are like me that are visually impaired and use a cane, which helps us get around. And it's a day to learn about people with that disability and to better understand the world that they live.
White Cane Day is special to me because it helps special needs students who have visual impairments learn to use a white cane.
What is something you want people to know about you?
I use a cane every once in a while, especially if I'm in an area that I'm not familiar with. And so I will have my cane, and sometimes, especially if I'm in a large crowd, I may accidentally hit people with it without knowing, and it's not intentional.
Have a visual disability, and anytime that they want to hear my speech about that, I can tell them.
Now I understand why National White Cane Day is so important. I'm Faye Knutson, signing out for Wildcat TV. Back to the anchors.
Dude, my stomach hurts. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Keelan, now's not a good time. Let's just go take a commercial break.
Dad, don't forget to take the trash out.
Gary, stop! What are you doing? I gotta get rid of the bugs!
Don't get burned by bugs this season. Let Moxie extinguish your past problems with safe, high-quality treatments. Experience the Moxie difference at killbugsfast.com. Moxie Pest Control, Kansas City's pest control experts.
I'm a librarian and I scout.
I'm a teacher and I scout.
I am the preschool teacher and I scout.
I'm a custodian and I scout.
I'm a nurse and I scout.
I'm a secretary and I scout.
I'm a construction worker and I scout.
I'm a student and I scout.
I am the director and I scout.
Open weekdays 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays 7 to 5, Sundays 7 to 2.
Hi, my name is Brett Alexander. I've been coming to Dahlquist Dental for something like 10 years now. It's the best experience I've ever had at a dentist's office. It's awesome. It really means a lot to be able to take your kids somewhere and that they feel safe and you know that they're going to have a good experience. Everyone here is so nice, so helpful. If you ever have a question about anything, you can just call up. It's amazing.
Hey Keelan, is your stomach feeling better?
Yeah, I just had to get some food from the Cat's Corner, and buying it actually raised money for breast cancer. Lauren has more.
Hey Wildcats, this week Cat's Corner is raising money for Miss Foster. Here are some things that you can do to help out. But first, let's hear from Miss Foster.
My name is Kim Foster. I work for the Blue Springs School District in the Human Resources Department.
How did your diagnosis affect your life?
It was huge. So I was diagnosed on May 26th and then had lots of testing in between there and my surgery date. Had surgery on August 8th of this year. So it was a lot to process in a very short amount of time. And I still find, even today, I'm still kind of processing through things. But it makes me want to help people to understand how important it is to go have a mammogram. I know you guys are very young. You don't have to worry about that yet. But as you get older, go have your mammograms. I waited because of COVID. It was just frustrating trying to get an appointment and all of the things, so I waited. Had I went earlier, I would have had a much less invasive procedure done. But on August 8th, I had a bilateral mastectomy, and it's been a lot to get through. But luckily, I've got my friends and family at Blue Springs helping me through, and my church family.
Thank you, Ms. Foster, for sharing your story. This week, the new items in the Cat's Corner for Cancer Awareness Week are pink lemonade, Foster's Fighting Latte, Courage Cookies, Pink Ribbon Pack, and the Foster Special. Well, that's all I have for you today, Wildcats. I'm Lauren, and back to you in the studio.
Trey, what are you doing?
I'm picking up trash for YAC. Grayson has more.
Hey Wildcats, last week I promised you an interview with Jay Dawson. Don't remember? Next week we'll have even more information on the Youth Advisory Council with an interview with Jay Dawson. See Wildcats, I didn't lie. On to the interview. Jay Dawson is the senior team leader for the Youth Advisory Council. Here's a little on what they do.
The Youth Advisory Council is with the Truman Heartland Community Foundation. We are a youth philanthropist group, so we basically help the community by helping nonprofits. We give our time once a month on the third Thursday of a month for just about an hour to give to the community, and we help as a group 13 schools to help and give our time to volunteering for the community. I decided to join the Youth Advisory Council because I just wanted to give back. It's also great scholarship opportunities, and it's amazing on college applications. And I think it's just a really good organization to be a part of. We help the community and help nonprofits, and it's a great way to give back. People should join to help out everyone in our community, other youth, anyone in need or anything like that.
If you want to join the Youth Advisory Council, you can either contact Jay Dawson or Mrs. Weatherspoon. Thanks for the information, Jay. Signing off for Wildcat TV, I'm Grayson Austin. Back to the anchors.
I wonder what TikTok I'm about to make.
Ooh.
Keelan, what are you doing?
Spooky Springs, duh.
Are you even filming anchors right now?
Let's just go to Diana.
Hey Wildcats! On October 29th, summer clubs like Hospitality and FCLA will be putting up a special event for all ages called Spooky Springs. Ooh, scary. What is that? Oh gosh, this is getting scary. I'm gonna go to a new location. Whew, much better. This fun annual Halloween event encourages everyone to come with friends and family dressed up to enjoy food from food truck vendors passing out candy, pumpkin decorating, ghost and gold hunt, and a haunted trail. Somebody hear that? What is it? I'm gonna go to a new location. Make sure to come check out Spooky Springs on October 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Wilbur Park. Be there and get scared. Well, I'm Diana Almeida, and back to you in the studio.
Oh, Bob the Builder is the GOAT.
Hey, it'd be even better in person. Let's see what Tavion has about that.
Let's see.
Thank you, Keelan. Good morning and good afternoon, Wildcats. My name is Tavion Jackson, and we're back at it again with a construction update. Let's get straight to it. Alright, Wildcats, to start, the steel in the freshman wing is currently going up, and the frame for the freshman wing is currently being built. The Wildcat Drive is still under construction, and the brand new pool's foundation has been laid out. The parking lot across the street has been finished and has expanded our parking approximately 85 new spaces. The breezeway, which is a path under the bleachers, is turning into a weight room. And again, everything is on schedule. Thank you for your time. My name is Tavion Jackson. Back to you in the studio.
You know, Trey, I'm gonna go grind to become a champion. I'll be back.
Dude, we've been over this. You know what? Let's just go to a commercial break.
Hey guys, Nate Mitchell here at Culver's. You already know we got the best burgers in town, but I want to tell you about an awesome new dessert menu item we've got. Come on, let's check it out. You can now get any of our concrete mixers, shakes, and malts blended together with our signature Culver's root beer. For example, this is our root beer shake made with our fresh frozen custard. Come by and try one for yourself. We can't wait to see you. Blue Springs, South 7 Highway, or Independence right off I-70.
Hi, I'm Isaiah Bragg with Country Financial. My wife and I and our family live in Blue Springs. In fact, my wife is a teacher in the school district. When it comes to covering your needs for auto, home, business, and life insurance, we can help you out through Country Financial. We offer auto discounts for teachers, students with good grades, police officers, firefighters, and EMTs. We have very competitive rates, and it's worth a phone call to find out how much you can save. Call us at 816-795-6340 or come by our office just off AA Highway in Grain Valley.
Hey students, this is Brandon Jackley with Chick-fil-A in Blue Springs. We are looking for great talent, so why don't you come join us?
Some of the great things about working at Chick-fil-A Blue Springs is that we promote from within our own team. We have flexible hours where you can create your own schedule. We have competitive pay where full-time team members start at $15 an hour. We also offer college scholarships. Last year, we had 11 students receive a college scholarship from Chick-fil-A Blue Springs.
So come join the Chick-fil-A Blue Springs family by texting My Pleasure to 816-494-2208 to apply today.
Let Big Frog outfit your clubs and teams and help your fundraisers and more by creating your very own online store with professional help from Big Frog. First, select the gear, artwork, and options for your store. Second, Big Frog builds your online store to match your branding. Third, promote your new online store to your team, parents, and fans by sharing a link. Your store is open 24/7. And, best of all, you are never stuck with leftover inventory. Products are made as orders are received. Get started today. Contact Big Frog at Independence at 816-795-1115.
Hey Keelan, did you become a champion?
No.
Well, let's go to actual champions. Jackson has more.
Boo! I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood. Bruh.
Hey man, I don't think football is your thing. Let's leave it to the state teams.
On Friday, October 14th, two of the Blue Springs High School state championship football teams were honored, being the 1992 team for their 30th year anniversary and the 2012 team for their 10th year anniversary. In 1992, Blue Springs High School had a historic football season, coming off 2 seasons being beat by Jeff City in the semifinals. But from that point, it was all Cats. They dominated the game and came away with a 28-3 victory, sending Blue Springs to their first ever state championship game in football. In the state game, they faced Parkway Central from St. Louis. The Cats were up 24-14 at half, but Parkway Central stormed back late to take a 35-24 lead in the fourth quarter. With about 4 minutes left, Blue Springs made the score 35-32. The defense made crucial stops and gave the ball back to the offense with just 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the game. 2 plays later, the Wildcats were up 39-35. The Wildcats had won their first ever state championship in football. They were also the first public school in the Kansas City area to win a big class state championship outright. I was able to catch up with some of the coaches from that 1992 team and ask them about how much the school has changed.
It's incredible. It's when what they've done is don't recognize the place. No, I mean, this was nothing but parking lot when we were here.
Yeah, this is a palace, man. We used to have to park the field ourselves. You got to be kidding me.
The 2012 Cats started 3-0 before an injury-riddled game against Lee Summit West saw the Cats lose 35-28 in overtime. From that point on, a refocused Wildcat team dominated the competition. In the state game, Blue Springs faced 12-1 Francis Howell out of St. Louis. The Cats dominated the game from start to finish, building a 28-3 halftime lead on their way to a 42-3 victory, and gave the Wildcats their 4th ever state championship. Well, that's all for our state championship teams. I'm Jackson Filiamano signing off for Wildcat TV. Back to Keelan and Trey.
Wow, those are some great champions.
Yeah, but football is not the only sport we have here at Blue Springs High School. Cameron and Maya have more.
Hey Wildcats, Karen Blackwell.
And Amaya Krigler here with your sports update. Football unfortunately lost to South 21-44, ending our 6-year streak.
But this Friday we play Ray Peck for our last home game. Make sure you pack the stands.
And basketball tryouts will be October 31st after school. If you want more information, you can talk to Coach Spig or Coach Jones.
At the Lee Summit North Invitational, band placed first. And at their St. Louis competition, they got outstanding visual performance in second by .425.
Tennis fought a good battle at districts, but unfortunately lost. But one of their players, Faye Knudsen, did make it to the second round of individual districts.
In the first round of districts, softball won against Battle High School 12-0, but unfortunately losing in the second round to Blue Springs South 3-2, ending their season 21-11.
Volleyball beat Green Valley in 3 sets, but unfortunately lost to Liberty North in 3 sets as well.
This has been your sports update.
Oh man, what is that?
It's time for staff highlights.
But I'm not staff.
Well, Emily has more information on that.
Hey Wildcats, it's Emily Caton with the first staff highlight for this school year. And today we're going to be highlighting everyone's favorite uncle here at Blue Springs High School. Let's go see what he has to say.
Favorite part of working here at Blue Springs High School is I get to see all the kids, which are my nieces and nephews, and they're just like my family. So without them, wouldn't be fun. So that's the best part of working here. I have many, but my favorite candy is peanut M&Ms. Well, since everyone here is my family, I have to be some kind of relative, so uncle is the best one. 3 wishes. You see, the first wish would be, make sure everyone was happy, healthy, and rich. That's it. Treat everyone with respect.
Wow, I learned so much about Uncle T. Make sure to respect each other. Now signing off for Wildcat TV, I'm Emily Caton. Now back to you in the studio.
Keelan, I need some good news in my life.
Well, lucky for you, Riley can help.
Hey Wildcats, my name is Riley Leone and I'm here with some good news. Let's go see some students here at Blue Springs High School's good news. Okay, so what is your good news?
My good news is I have a niece.
You have a niece? How old?
6 months as of Saturday.
Saturday? Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
My good news is that we got to go to St. Louis for the Golden Regiment this past weekend.
Okay, Lauren, what is your good news?
So Cat's Corner helped sell the Pink Out shirts, and in total, everyone ended up selling over $400 worth of shirts.
That is awesome.
My daughter Kaylin got a positive office referral at school.
My good news is that it's starting to feel like fall. Cut. My good news is that it's starting to feel like fall outside, so that means it's sweater weather.
I'm a soccer player here at the high school and competitively, and my good news is that they finally broke ground on the Casey Current facility, and that is amazing because that's the first professional women's soccer complex here in Kansas City.
That was some great news. Now my good news is that the Golden Regiment is going to Indianapolis this week to compete. Now that's all I have for you guys today. My name is Riley, now back to you.
Well, looks like we're going to end on a good note. Don't forget to subscribe to Wildcat TV and all of our social media to stay up to date. I'm Keelan Johnson.
And I'm Trey Dow. And remember,
it's a great day to be a Wildcat. Yeah!